Hey, what's up guys, it's Zeke from Zeke Sports, and welcome back to the channel. In this episode, we will be talking about the college football games that have been going on so far, and my reaction to them. Before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe, and make sure you turn the notifications on so you don't miss a single piece of AZ content. Please watch this video to the end so you get to see all my reactions on all the games. First, we're going to start off with really the highlight game of this weekend. It was number 3 Georgia versus number 2 Alabama. At Alabama, both of them undefeated. And really, Georgia just controlled this first half. It was a 4-point game at halftime. It looked like they might come out with the win. Stetson Bennett was doing okay. He had a very low completion percentage, but was making good plays and finding a bunch of different wide receivers in the end zone. There were some things that really killed Georgia in the second half. After Alabama's kicker made a 52-yard field goal, the longest of his career, they had a little bit of a momentum going into the second half. But really, the numbers that Devontae Smith was able to put up, he had 11 receptions for 167 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Jalen Waddle also having a big night with a touchdown and over 100 yards receiving. Najee Harris also having a big night, coming off that 5-touchdown performance of Ole Miss. 31 carries, 152 yards, and a touchdown. Mac Jones also shining in this win. 24 for 32, 417 yards, and 4 touchdowns. And really on the other end, Stetson Bennett, Georgia's new quarterback this year, throwing 3 interceptions, 2 of them costly in the second half that really cost them the win. And then Alabama's defense really stepped up. There have been some questions about Alabama's defense and what they could handle after allowing Ole Miss to score 45 points on them. But they really did prove some things. A lot of their players staying a lot more disciplined, not as many flags. They weren't missing tackles. There was a couple of wide open throws that they shouldn't have been burned on. Their secondary, but they still made it work and got the win over Georgia. I really see Georgia dropping out of the top 10 after this loss. Alabama's still not going to be number 1. I think they'll keep Clemson there after a 73-7 thrashing of Georgia Tech. So Georgia Tech was 2-2 going into this game, so I expected Clemson to maybe win 49-7, 49-10. But then Trevor Lawrence comes out and throws 5 first-half touchdowns, over 400 yards, and a very good completion percentage. Actually having the same completion percentage as Mac Jones, also 24 for 32. Both of these quarterbacks are definitely in the run for Heisman. We'll see what Justin Fields can do once the Big Ten comes back this upcoming week. And then also I want to look at some upsets after this Notre Dame game. So Notre Dame won 12-7. In my mind, they're definitely the most overranked team right now that's still undefeated. They're 12-7. They won 12-7 against Louisville. They're still 4-0 right now. 3-0 in the ACC, which they're going to be joining just for this year. But really, I'm not seeing really anything too special out of this Notre Dame team. And Ian Book is really not what he was these last couple of years. And I'd expect them to get destroyed pretty much by Clemson, because I didn't see very much out of them, to only score 12 points. And they didn't score a single touchdown. And actually, they did. They just missed the extra point in the first quarter, and then 2 field goals. And Louisville only scoring 1 touchdown. Notre Dame is an excellent defense, but their offense definitely needs some work. And so moving on to some of the upsets that we saw. North Carolina, number 5 ranked North Carolina, which I also thought was very overranked, was beaten 31-28 by Florida State. Florida State went out to a 24-0 lead in the first half, and then North Carolina just scores 28 straight points, but Florida State still holds on to the win. Florida State actually did not score in the second half and ended up They were up 31-7 at halftime. North Carolina comes back. They have an excellent quarterback in Sam Howell. Almost threw for 400 yards. He did have 3 touchdowns. UNC really did lead in all the statistical categories, but just a costly pick six, just some plays that they need to work out. Also, number 15 Auburn and number 18 Tennessee go down in matchups, one against Kentucky and then one against South Carolina. So I have really high hopes for Tennessee, what I've seen so far, but it doesn't look like they're going to be able to put together a very good season this year, and they're just going to need to figure that out. And Auburn, they're going to need a little better than what Bo Nix is doing right now. He throws the ball 47 times, only completes 24 of those. That's almost under 50%. Only gets 1 touchdown. They're really going to need to figure things out. They've got a good running back in Tank Bigsby, but besides that, I don't really see much for this Auburn team. Their defense is shaky at best. Losing Derrick Brown to the Carolina Panthers was a big hit for them, so they're really going to need to start turning things around in these last couple weeks. And that's all the games I was going to look at. Please be sure to keep your heads up for the Big Ten coming in. Ohio State plays Nebraska, and Minnesota versus Michigan. That's going to be one of the biggest games when you're going to want to tune into. Thank you so much for watching A to Zeke Sports. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any A to Zeke Sports action. Please like this video. Give it a thumbs up. That'd be awesome. Thank you guys so much for watching.